Let's begin.
See that? Half a minute gone by. Seems like a long time when you're waiting for something to happen, doesn't it? Funny thing is, time can pass very slowly or very fast, and sometimes even both at once. The time now? Oh, a little after 4, but what means should depend on you. Time's important, but it's what you do with it that makes it so. So my advice is to use that you use it. Keep your eyes open and your ears perked. Otherwise, it will pass you before you know it, and you'll certainly have missed something. I know a girl who yawned and missed a whole summer vacation. And what about a caveman who took a nap one afternoon and woke up to find himself completely alone? You see, while he was sleeping, someone had invented a wheel, and everyone moved to the suburbs. And then, of course, there's Milo, who never knows what to do with himself. When he's in school, he wants to be out, and when he's out, he wants to be in. Wherever he is, he wants to be somewhere else. And when he gets there, so what? Everything is too much trouble and a waste of time. Another long, boring afternoon, unless he bothers to notice a very large package that happened to arrive today. For Milo, who has plenty of time. Well, that's true.
One genuine turnpike toll booth, easily assembled at home for use by those who have never traveled in lands beyond.
Beyond what?
This package contains the following items. One genuine turnpike toll booth to be enacted according to directions. 3 precautionary signs to be used in precautionary fashion. Assorted coins for paying tolls. 1 map strictly up to date showing how to get from here to there. 1 book of rules and traffic regulations which may not be bent or broken. Warning, results are not guaranteed. If not perfectly satisfied, your wasted time will not be refunded.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Have your destination in mind.
Now let's see. That's funny. I never heard of any places like these. Well, it doesn't matter anyways. Dictionopolis. That's a weird name. I might as well go there. See what I mean? You never know how things are going to get started. But when you're bored, what you need more than anything is a rude awakening. This is weird. I don't recognize any of this scenery at all. Huh? Welcome to Expectations. Information, predictions, and advice cheerfully offered. Park here and blow horn. Welcome to the land of expectations. We don't get many travelers these days. Now what can I do for you? I'm the weather. Is this the right road to Dictionopolis? Well now. I don't know of any wrong road that goes to Dictionopolis, so if this road goes to Dictionopolis at all, it must be the right road. And if it doesn't, it must be the right road to somewhere else. Because there are no wrong roads to anywhere. Do you think it will rain? I thought you were the weatherman. Oh no, I'm the weatherman, not the weatherman. What kind of place is Expectations? Expectations is the place you must always go before you get to where you're going. Of course, some people never go beyond expectations, but it is my job to hurry them along, whether they like it or not. Now, what else can I do for you? I think I can find my own way. Splendid. Whether or not you find your own way, you're bound to find some way. If you happen to find my way, please return it. I lost it years ago. I imagine by now it must be quite rusty. You did say it was going to rain, didn't you? Expect everything, I always say, and the unexpected never happens. Goodbye. Whew. I better get out of Expectations, but fast. Talking to a guy like this all day will get me nowhere for sure. Uh-oh, now what? Now I'm really getting nowhere. I hope I didn't take the wrong turn. I wonder where
corner where nothing ever happens and nothing ever changes. Now allow me to introduce all of us. We are the Lithogerians at your service.
Very pleased to meet you. I think I'm lost. Can you help me?
Don't say think. It's against the law.
No one's allowed to think in the doldrums. Don't you have a rule book? It's local ordinance 175389J.
Ordinance 175389J. It shall be unlawful, illegal, and unethical to think of thinking while in the doldrums. Anyone breaking this law shall be severely punished. That's a ridiculous law. Everybody thinks.
We don't. Most of the time, you don't. That's why you're here. You weren't thinking and you weren't paying attention either. People who don't pay attention often get stuck in the doldrums. Face it, most of the time you're just like us.
Stop that at once. Laughing is against the law. Don't you have a rule book? It's local ordinance 574381W.
In the doldrums, laughter is frowned upon and smiling is permitted. Only on alternate Thursdays. Well, if you can't laugh or think, what can you do?
Anything as long as it's nothing, and everything as long as it isn't anything. We have class here. We have a very busy schedule.
At 8 o'clock we get up and then we spend from 8 to 9 daydreaming. From 9 to 9:30 we take an early mid-morning nap.
From 9:30 to 10:30 we dawdle in the lake.
From 10:30 to 11:30, we take our late early morning nap.
From 11:30 to 12, we bide our time and then we eat lunch.
From 1 to 2, we linger and loiter.
From 2 to 2:30 we take an early afternoon nap. From 2 to 2:30 we put off for tomorrow what we could have done today.
From 3:30 to 4 we take an early afternoon nap.
From 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, we laugh and lounge until dinner.
From 6 to 7, we dilly-dally.
From 7 to 8, we take our early evening nap, and then for an hour before we go to bed, we waste time.
You see, it's really quite Cinder's doing nothing all day long. And so once a week we take a holiday and go nowhere.
Which is just where we were going when you came along. Would you care to join us?
That's where I seem to be going anyway. Tell me, does everyone here do nothing?
Everyone but that terrible watchdog. He's always sniffing around to see that nobody wastes time. A most unpleasant character.
The watchdog.
A watchdog!
What are you doing here?
Nothing much. Just killing time, you see.
Killing time? It's bad enough wasting time without killing it. What are you doing with doldrums anyways? Don't you have anywhere to go?
I think I was on my way to Dictionopolis when I got stuck here. Can you help me?
Help you? You've got to help yourself. I suppose you know why you got stuck.
I guess I just wasn't thinking.
Precisely. Now you're on your way.
I am?
Of course. Since you got here by not thinking, it seems reasonable that in order to get out, you must start thinking. Do you mind if I get in? I love automobile rides. Well,
Alright, I'll try. Are we moving?
not yet. Think harder.
I'm thinking as hard as I can.
We'll think just a little harder than that. Come on, you can do
Alright,
it.
I'm thinking of all the planets in the solar system and why water expands when it turns to ice, and the word that begins with Q and
Dictionopolis, here we come. You can call me Talk and keep your eyes on the road.
what kind of place is Dictionopolis anyway?
It's where all the words in the world come from. It used to be a marvelous place, but as this rhymes reason much, they're not anything the same.
Rhyme and reason.
The two princesses, they used to settle all the arguments between their two brothers. You see, that is the king of Dictionopolis, and the mathematician is the king of Digitopolis. It was the job of the princess to read rhyme and pure reason to solve the differences between the two kings. But then one day, the kings had arguments and no arguments.
course, I'll abide by the decision of rhyme and reason, though I have no doubt as to what it will be. They will choose words, of course.
That's what you think is Oz. People wouldn't even know what day of the week it is without numbers. Haven't you looked at a calendar? Face it, Oz. It's numbers that count.
Quiet. Rhyme and reason are about to announce their decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, letters and numerals, fractions and punctuation marks. Words and we have come to the following conclusion. Words and numbers are of equal value, for in the cloak of knowledge, and one is the warp and the other is the loop. It is no more important to count the sands than it is to name the stars. Therefore, let the kingdoms of Dictionopolis and Digitopolis live in peace.
Boo is what I say. Boo and baa and hiss.
What good are these girls if they can't even settle an argument in anyone's favor? I think I've come to a decision of my own.
So have I.
You are hereby banished from this land to the castle in the air.
And as for you,
keep out of my way!
And ever since then, there has been neither rhyme nor reason in this kingdom.
why doesn't somebody rescue the princesses and set everything straight again?
As the years have been done, the castle land is very far from here, and the one path which leads to it is guarded by ferocious demons. But hold on, here we are.
Ahem! This is Dictionopolis, a happy kingdom advantageously located in the foothill of confusion and caressed by gentle breezes from the sea of knowledge. Today, our royal proclamation is market day. Have you come to buy or sell?
I beg your pardon?
Buy or sell? Which is it? You must have come here for a reason.
Well,
If you don't have a reason, you must at least have an explanation or certain excuse. Very serious. You can't get in without a reason.
Pause.
Turn it around.
Flip it over.
Flip it over.
Flip it over, Kara. That stick was to be flipped over. No, leave it in, leave it in.
I know, I'm not taking it.
Flip it, Josh. There we go, Dictionopolis. Okay, continue.
Very serious. You can't get in without a reason. Wait a minute, maybe you have an old one you can use. Ah, this is fun. Why not? That's a good reason for almost anything. A bit used, but still quite serviceable. There you are, sir. Now I can truly say, welcome to Dictionopolis. Todd, look.
Hey, step right up and take your pick. Juicy, 17 words for sale. Get your fresh pick, ifs, ands, and buts.
Step right up. Nancy, best quality words here for sale. Enrich your vocabulary with such elegant items as quagmire, flabbergasted, or a poster.
Words by the bag, buy them over here. A pound for happies at a very reasonable price. Very useful for a happy birthday, happy new year, happy days, or happy go lucky.
I can't believe this. I can't believe it. Did you ever see 70 words?
You'll probably feel something to say.
Excuse me, but what are these?
These are for people who like to make up their own words. You can pick any assortment you like to buy, any special art, complete with all letters, and a book of instructions. It's good taste eggs and very good.
It's sweet.
I knew you'd like it. A is one of our best sellers. How about C? It's as crunchy as a bone. Most people are just too lazy to make their own words. But take it from me, not only is it fun, but it's also delightful.
But isn't it difficult? I'm not very good at making words.
Perhaps I can be of some assistance. ASSISTANCE. Don't be alarmed. ALARMED. I am the spelling bee. I can spell anything. Anything. ANYTHIN. Try me.
Can you spell goodbye? Perhaps you are under the misapprehension, MISAPPRUHENSION, that I am dangerous. let me assure you that I am quite peaceful.
Can you spell anything?
Just about. You see, years ago, I was an ordinary bee minding my own business, smelling flowers all day, occasionally picking up part-time work in people's garments.
Boulder Dash! Boulder Dash! Let me repeat, Boulder Dash! Well, what have we here? Isn't someone going to introduce me to this little boy?
This is the humbug. You can't trust a word he says.
Nonsense! Everyone can trust a humbug, as I was saying to the king just the other day.
You've never met the king. Don't believe a thing he tells you.
Bosh, my boy, pure bosh! The humbugs are an old noble family, honorable to the core. Why we fought in the Crusades and Richard the Lionhearted crossed the Atlantic with Columbus, blazed trails with the pioneers. History is full of humbugs.
A very pretty speech. S-P-E-E-C-H. Now why don't you go away? I was just advising the lad the importance of proper spelling.
Bah! As soon as you learn to spell one word, they ask you to spell another. You can never catch up, so why bother? Take my advice, boy, and forget about, as my great-great-great-grandfather George Washington Humbug used to say.
You, sir, are an imposter. I am P-O-S-T-O-R, who can't even spell his own name.
What? You dare to doubt my word? The word of a humbug? The word of a humbug who has direct access to the ear of a king? And the king shall hear of this, I promise you.
Did someone call for the king?
Did you mention Voldemort?
Speak of the sovereign. Entreat the emperor.
Hail His Highness.
Who are they? The king's advisors, or in more formal terms, his cabinet.
Greetings.
Salutations.
Welcome!
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi.
By the order of Azaz the Unabridged,
King of Dictionophonis.
Monarch of letters.
Emperor of phrases, sentences, and miscellaneous figures of speech,
We offer you the hospitality of our kingdom.
country,
Nation.
commonwealth.
Realm.
Do all those words mean the same thing?
Of course.
Certainly.
Precisely.
Exactly.
Yes.
Then why not just use one? Wouldn't that make a lot more sense?
Nonsense.
Ridiculous.
Fantastic.
Absurd.
Bosh.
We're not interested in making sense. It's not our job.
Besides, one word is as good as another. So why not use them all?
Then you don't have to choose which one is right.
Besides, if one is right, then 10 are 10 times right.
Obviously, you don't know who we are.
The Duke of Definition.
The Minister of Meaning.
The Earl of Vincent.
Count of Connotation.
The Undersecretary of Understanding.
And we have
Come to invite you to the royal banquet. The banquet? That's quite an honor, my boy. A real H-O-N-O-R.
Don't be ridiculous! Everybody goes to the banquet these days.
True, everybody does go, but some people are invited, and others simply push their way in when they are wanted.
King Azaz the Unabridged is about to begin the royal banquet.
Places, everyone! Take your places! And just who is this?
Your Highness, my name is Milo, and this is Stock. Thank you very much for inviting us to your banquet. And I think your palace is beautiful.
Exquisite.
Lovely.
Awesome!
Pretty. Charming.
Silence! Now tell me, young man, what can you do to entertain us? Sing songs, tell stories, juggle plates, do tumbling tricks? Which is it?
I can't do any of those things.
What an ordinary little boy. Can't you do anything at all?
Well, I can count to 1,000.
Ah! Numbers! Never mention numbers here. Only when we absolutely have to. Now, why don't we change the subject and have some dinner? Since you are the guest of honor, you may pick the menu.
Me? Well, I'm not very hungry. Can't we just have a light snack?
A light snack it shall be.
Not a very substantial meal. Maybe you could suggest something a little more filling.
Well, in that case, I think I'll have to try a meal. to take this opportunity to
That's
say
quite enough. Mustn't talk all day.
but I just started to.
Next!
Roast turkey, mashed potatoes, vanilla ice cream.
Hamburgers, corn on the cob, chocolate pudding. Pudding.
Oh, Potato. Four grass souffle. Salade and vides for my fruities de timitas. Dig in! Though I can't say I think much of your choice.
I didn't know I was gonna have to eat my own words.
Of course. Everybody here does. Your speech should have been in better taste.
Here, try some somersault. It improves the flavor.
I've already come around.
Perhaps you care for a cinnamon bun. Why not wait for your just dessert?
Ah, yes, the desserts. We're having a special treat today, freshly made at the Half Bakery.
The Half Bakery?
Of course, the Half Bakery. Where do you think half-baked ideas come from?
What's a half-baked idea?
And now for a few closing words. Attention. Let me have your attention. Loyal subjects and friends, once again on this gala occasion, we have...
Excuse me, but everybody left.
I was hoping no one would notice. It happens every time.
They're gone to dinner, and as soon as I finish this last bite, I shall join them.
That's ridiculous. How can they eat dinner right after a banquet?
Scandalous! Who put a stop to this at once? From now on, by royal command, everyone must eat dinner before the banquet.
But that's just as bad.
Or just as good. Things which are equally bad are also equally good. Try to look at the bright side of things.
I don't know which side of anything to look at. Everything's so confusing, and all your words only make things worse.
How true. There must be something we can do about it.
Maybe you should let rhyme and reason turn.
How nice that would be. Even if they were a bother at times, things always went so well when they were here. But I'm afraid it can't be done.
Certainly not. Can't be done.
Why not?
Why not indeed?
Much too difficult.
Of course, much too difficult.
You could if you really wanted to.
By all means, if you really wanted to, you could.
How?
Yeah, how?
Why? It's a simple task for a brave boy with a stout heart and a steadfast dog and a serviceable small automobile.
Go on.
Well, all that he would have to do is cross the dangerous, unknown countryside between here and Digitopolis, where he would have to persuade the mathematician to release the princesses. Once achieving that, it's a simple matter of entering the mountains of ignorance, an effortless climb up a 2,000-foot stairway to the castle in the air, a lurid ride back through those cactus crags with the frightening fins have sworn to tear an intruder limb from limb, limb from limb, and finally, after doing all that, a triumphal parade. Oh my gosh.
I never realized it would be so simple.
It sounds dangerous to me.
And just who was supposed to make that turning?
Very good question, but there is one far more serious problem.
What's that?
I'm afraid I can't tell you until you return.
But wait a minute, I didn't...
Dictionopolis will always be grateful to you, my boy, and your dog.
Now, just one moment, sire.
You will face many dangers on your journey, but fear not, for I can give you something in for your protection. In this box are the letters of the alphabet. With them you can form words, all the words you will ever need to help you overcome the obstacles that may stand in your path. All you must do is use them in the right time and places.
Thanks a lot.
You will need a guide, of course, and since he knows the obstacles so well, the humbug has cheerfully volunteered to accompany you.
Now see here.
You will find him dependable, brave, resourceful, and loyal.
I'll see here. Oh, your majesty.
I'm sure he'll be a great help.
I hope so. It looks like we're going to need it.
Good luck. Drive carefully.
It's something terrible. I just know it. Oh no, something dreadful is going to happen to him. I can feel it in my bones.
It's okay.